Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Digging Halton. I'm Kevin, and have some exciting things to share with you this week. Didn't get out much, just the one time, and even then it was cold and rainy and windy, so I didn't do any field footage this week. I didn't want to expose my video camera to the rain, and you wouldn't have been able to hear me anyway. The wind was just too strong, but I had a good time, and had a couple of finds that you might find interesting. What can you expect on this video? Well, let's run it down here. I'm up to 66 subscribers, yahoo! I'm going to show you my finds this week, including my spendables, the coins that I can actually use, and the total so far this year, which will go to a worthy charity. I always like to try and include a mystery item. People are intrigued by some of the things I find, and I don't know what they are, so I ask for help from my viewers to identify strange and unusual objects. I always show the amount of trash that I collect, versus the ratio of keepers is what I call them, good coins and relics and artifacts. And the ratio now is much greater in favor of the keepers, and I'm getting less and less trash. I'm going to be revealing my 3 secrets of metal detecting unlocked, yeah, you're going to find that interesting if you've ever tried to metal detect before. My 3 secrets. Of course, our giveaway is this week. I'm going to be selecting a name at random from my subscribers for the giveaway. Look forward to that. I'm going to be telling you about my next week plans, which are really exciting. I want you to come and join me on metal detecting hunts. I'm going to be asking you about that. And yeah, so let's get started and see what we got this week. So here's my finds for this week. Nothing really exciting, as I said. I just got out the one time. I got this old hunk of iron here. No idea what that. Maybe that'll be our mystery item this week. No writing or no design on it or anything, but it looks like that might have been a handle at one time. I thought it might have been like a meat cleaver, but there's no sharp end to this. It's just an old hunk of flat iron that has been corroding in the ground for many years. I found these kind of things before. There was demolition derbies at the fairgrounds for many years, and this here, I think you'll recognize, some of you. It came from a Chrysler Newport. I don't think they make those anymore. In fact, I'd like to find out the last year that they did make them. It might help establish an age for this car badge that is not complete. Here's another one that's not complete. Don't know what that is from, but there you go. Found this cool little dog tag here. It's not very old because it is actually an ID tag for a microchipped dog, and I don't think they've been around too long, maybe 10 or 15 years at the most. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, just some other flim-flam odds and ends. I think this is part of a window blind bracket. I found the part of a key. I always like finding these. This one was lost by a guy named Ford. Wouldn't it be a coincidence, though, if he had a Ford as well? And this is the key to his car. So, Mr. Ford, if you're out there, I found the other half of your key. Not that it's any good to you now, but there it is, just to solve that mystery. This item here, not sure what it is. Very, very heavy, and could be pewter, but no idea. So nothing too exciting in terms of relics this week, but here's my spendable finds. I got 2 toonies and a loonie. Last week's total was $32.90 plus $5. I now have $37.90 for the year. So let's make a quick sort of extrapolation here. Let's say $40 after 8 weeks. And if we multiply that, and let's see, 8 weeks, well, you can see we're going to come up with a couple $100 there anyway by the end of the year. And pennies. I got 21 pennies this week. None of them very old, and some of them pretty crusty, but in any event, there's my finds for the week. And now we're going to move on to The amount of trash I found, also not very much. As I say, I was only out the one time for about 2 hours. And there's the trash that I found, just bottle caps and weird pieces of fence wire and what have you that is of no value to anyone. Next we're going to go to my 3 secrets of metal detecting. So people have asked me on many occasions, how do you continuously and consistently bring home so many items, coins and relics every week? You know, I never come home empty-handed. And I've never, more recently I don't get as frustrated as I used to. Some people buy metal detectors and they go out once or twice and all they find is pull tabs and bottle caps or pieces of trash, and they get frustrated and discouraged, and the metal detector goes in the garage. I've got 3 things that will help you be more successful out there. And they're simple, very straightforward, logical ideas. But if you follow these 3 secrets that I'm revealing right now, you will have more success out there metal detecting. Number 1, know your machine. What I did when I bought my Garrett AT Pro is I went out in my backyard and I intentionally buried different coins and different metals and a couple of pieces of jewelry. You might want to get wooden stakes that you put in the ground in front of these things, although having a metal detector you're going to be able to find them again after you bury them, but also bury them at different depths. Also you might want to put the coins at an angle to see what that sounds like. So you might want to record the sounds you get from the different objects and the numbers on your machine. I know if I get something 80 to 85 on my Garrett, it's most likely copper signal. If it's better than 85 into the low 90s, I got a good chance it's going to be silver or a big hunk of really conductive metal. And that's really what your metal detector measures, is the conductivity of the metal. And they're made to find things that are small and round if you've got it on coins setting. So make sure you know your settings, make sure you know your machines and the signals that it produces. And if you educate yourself and practice enough, you will have more success. Secret number 2, know your dirt. And that may sound weird, but know where you're going. Go to places that have history attached to them. Fairgrounds, parks, picnic areas, swimming holes. Ask for permissions. If you see a house that's over 100 years old, go up and knock on the door. And the worst they can tell you is get lost. What you can tell them is that you're looking for things that are lost, have been lost, to maybe get that permission. I have never been turned away when I've knocked on a door. You just explain, look, I'm a metal detectorist. Tell them a little bit about your hobby, some of the things you've found. And my theory is that there is something of value under the dirt at every single house, every single property. I've yet to be disproved on that theory. So yeah, and you can offer to share your finds with them after you're done, or at least let them know what you found. So involve them in the process, and they'll be that much more likely to give you permission. And some of my best relics have been found on private property where I found where I've had permission to dig. You might also want to consult old maps. Join your local historical society. These are people that are also intrigued by history, that may have some really good ideas about where you can go and dig, and volunteer their own property as well. Google Maps is a good source to find areas of open field or forests that may have been occupied at one time with residential properties, older residential properties. Also, yeah, look for those old maps where there was a house indicated and it's no longer there. Old homesteads are fantastic for finding old relics and coins. The third secret, know that it's not always easy. It's hard work sometimes. During the hot summer sunny days, make sure you've got lots of drinking water on hand, because if you're anything like me, you can easily become dehydrated. But you do got to work. You got to work and put some effort into it, and don't expect that the coins are going to jump out of the ground just because you got a metal detector. The other thing you want to remember too is leave the premises as close to the original as possible. Put things back the way you found them. We don't want to be giving metal detectorists a bad name across the board because we're sloppy with putting the plugs back in the ground. I try to keep a positive attitude about my approach. I marvel at even the simplest of finds. How did that item get there? When did it get there? What's the story behind it? There's so many different questions you can ask, and it's really the history of the hobby that I enjoy the most. Don't ever expect to get rich. You will never get, well, I shouldn't say never, but very rarely does anybody get wealthy in metal detecting. It's not about the end, it's the means to the end that's really important. So keep that in mind and have that compassion, not compassion, but passion for the hobby as opposed to what you might find. Don't get discouraged. Your hit rate will improve over time. You'll be getting to know the subtleties of what things sound like, and when a coin is in close proximity to a hunk of iron, you'll be able to discern and determine which is which. So they're my 3 secrets of metal detecting. I hope they help you. If you have a machine that you've left in your garage for a few years, get it out, get used to it. The season's just starting, so get out there and have some fun. Okay, now it's time for the giveaway draw, and here's what you could win. I'm going to be picking a name at random. I've downloaded a little app that will choose a name at random out of all the ones that I've entered, and if your name comes up, I will make arrangements to get these to you. They're beautiful Olympic coins from 1967, never been in circulation. They're just pretty much fresh from the mint, and you can see them there, just the quality of these coins and how beautiful they are. You can add these to your collection if you are the lucky winner. Let me just focus in on this one right here, the Canadian silver dollar from 1967. The iconic flying goose there, flying Canada goose. And the original card that comes with the collection, which you can read at your leisure. So let's go ahead and we'll step over to the laptop here, and I'm going to click on random, where is it now? Sorry. Pick a random name. So here we go. It is John Wilson. John Wilson has won our giveaway, and there you go, John. Congratulations. I know John, he's a very good friend of mine and worthy of this award or this prize. So hope you're watching this, John. Congratulations. I'm going to see you over the next week or so, and I'm going to be delivering this prize to you. Congratulations. Okay, I'm talking fast here because my battery's about to run out. I should have prepared better for this, but hopefully I'll get all this in. To finalize this week's episode, I want you folks to come and join me. I'm going to be hopefully advertising or announcing when I'm getting out, where I'm going to be and when. And if you want to join me, please let me know. I know a lot of you are interested in the hobby. You don't even have to have a metal detector. If you come along and just hold my video camera for me, I'd be very grateful, and we'll have some fun together. So, and if you do have a metal detector and you're not quite used to using it and need some tips, I'd be more than happy to share what I know. So let me know if you're really interested in coming out with me. I'll be doing that a lot this year. I hope to be getting out 2 or 3 times a week. And yeah, have probably a good number of clips for field footage, and I hope you don't mind being on camera. If you do come with me, people want to see people other than myself, I'm sure. Also, permissions are needed. If you live anywhere in the GTA within an hour's drive of Western GTA or Halton, please let me know. If you have an older home especially. Again, my theory is that there's something of value on every property, and want to keep that theory intact. So let me know if you have a place that has never been detected. I would love to come and check it out. Next week's plans. Well, some exciting news. I'm going to be going out to Vancouver tomorrow for a couple of days. I'm going to be spending the weekend with my daughter Bree, who some of you have met from last week's video. She went back home last week, and now I've got to go out there on business. So I'm going to spend a couple days over the weekend with her before I head for Langley, British Columbia on Monday, and hopefully be getting out a few times to metal detect and bringing all my gear with me to metal detect out there. Never been to Langley before. Should be an exciting adventure. My video is just about to end here because of the battery, but look for future videos, including I'm going to be showing you some of my collections, including not just the coins but my stamp collections, other collections that I have of different things. And finally, my artwork. I'm an artist, a watercolor painter. I hope you don't mind if I show you some of my artwork. It's my YouTube channel, so I can show you what I want, I guess. It just depends on whether or not people are interested, but I think you will be. So thanks for joining me this week. I really appreciate your encouragement, your support, all the great comments. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll be selecting another giveaway item, which will be at least as good as the last one. And hope to be doing that video, that draw in mid-May, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great week.